What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another Elden Ring build progress video. This time we have Alucard, Dracula. In the build guide itself, I will be discussing in detail why I chose these spells and how they resemble some of the spells that Alucard used to use himself in Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And to be honest with you guys, it has been a pretty good playthrough. Not the easiest, not the fastest, nothing special about it. However, blood tax has been pretty useful. I do try to use all the spells here. As you can see, if you cast a Rancor Call and you follow it up with Rock Sling, you can get some decent poise damage. Rancor Call costs less, and if you charge it, it travels slowly and tries to track the enemy for you. And if you use Rock Sling right away after it, you can get some decent poise damage, as I already mentioned. However, that is only against specific bosses. I wouldn't use it against smaller bosses, faster, more agile bosses. I would use it against someone, or let's say a boss such as Dragon Lord plus Deus Ex, or any of the dragons rather. And I used a bunch of other spells. We're going to get into that in the build guide. For now, I'm just going to talk about what we are watching, and that is the build progress, pretty much how easy it was for me to dominate most of those enemies that stood in my way. I leave this part here because it seemed interesting. I have no idea how he was able to deflect my attack there and critically hit me. His counterattack was surprising. Which is part of the reason why I show you it. Ancient Dragon Lightning Strike is also another really useful spell. As you can see, you don't really have to use it on dragons or big creatures. It can work on smaller creatures if they are weak to lightning, or if they are standing really close to you when you use it as well. And as you can see here, you can depend on blood tax to keep you healed. It really is useful, especially if you barely get hit. You're probably going to keep most of your health. You're always going to be toughed up. Most of the enemies I faced didn't really have much of a problem against. And if we're going to discuss the bosses, well, at least like the major bosses, I'm going to leave that for the build guide. But here, every enemy I fought, most of the time, unless they're like mirror images of, let's say, Loretta, for example, they were all not immune to bleed. Very few enemies in the game are immune to bleed. And even when they are, you can change the affinity, you can change your talismans, and make it so that it doesn't really matter. Even though this is a bleed build, it's a dexterity build, and it utilizes a little bit of intelligence just to gain access to some sorceries that represent what Alucard used to use back in Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And they are other spells that don't really there is a weapon that does resemble a really well-known iconic spell from that game. However, unless you want to be two-handing your weapon most of the time, you can one-hand it, but I don't know if it's really worth it. The stats requirements are pretty high, and I'll probably talk about it in the build guide itself. For now, as you can see, we are having a pretty easy time, generally speaking, against most of these enemies here. Of course, Unfortunately, I was not able to, like, down most of the bosses, at least the major ones, on my first attempt. None of them, unless you're talking about like Godric and Margit in the beginning. Hell, I think even Renella killed me. So unfortunately, even though this is NG plus 7, let's not forget that, level 150, so I should be a higher level at this point in the game, that's for sure. But I feel like this is how you really get to test the build, to see if it's really strong or not, how the survivability is, and all of that. And I'm also going to explain a few things probably here, because I might not mention it in the build guide, as I will be trying to save some time. You might see me wearing 2 different armor sets, because I thought with the wolf head it kind of makes sense to wear it for Alucard and then just like all black. That is how he looked in Castlevania Symphony of the Night. So he has gold and stuff, so I do change my armor at one point. I even change how my character looks and all of that, just so I can make it look like he's kind of like Alucard. I honestly did not spend too much time on the character creation, because like I just want to play the game. I just gave him like white hair, made him look like Alucard as much as I could. I didn't do a great job, I'm not gonna lie. I think I made his chin too long or something, but I might spend more time with the character creation for some other builds. Ones where I'm like trying to role play a specific character from a different game, then maybe I'll try to do that again. However, for the time being, as you can see guys, ancient dragon lightning strike with rock sling against dragons, including Dragon Lord plus Dusax, is just really nice. It's so overpowered, and you deal pretty good damage using it. Keeping in mind that you are an NG plus 7 and that you only have 30 points into Faith, making it probably one of the most powerful incantations in the game, honestly. Anyways guys, we are getting pretty close to the end here, so I really hope you enjoyed watching Alucard Dracula. I do believe you will have another part, so I'll catch you all then. Have a great day, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.